MIDI sends and MPC 3. Why do we need those? I'm about to show you. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today we talking MIDI sends and MPC 3. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. We getting straight to it. So look, right now when you got your drums, you long press, you rename your drum kit, don't mute, all right? So you load your drums on your drum track, boom. Now you immediately go and make, so we can hear our drums. For those who don't know, I'm on the live too. This is MPC 3 Beta 2. I'm going to show you how to track out these tracks, so that way you can still utilize it with MIDI sends. Let's get right to the business. All right, so you got your drum track in there. You want to do it like 2.15. Now you go, you make a new track. Boom. You choose MIDI. Boom. Now you long press where it says MIDI. You scroll up. You change it to MIDI send. You send it to your drum kit, your drum track that you named Don't Mute. See? Boom. Now you could go in, rename it. So I always name mine clap or snare, depending on what I'm using. So let's name that clap. Boom. So now I could go play it, right? Oh, nope, can't go do that. We need to go to pair perform. Select chromatic. Change it to chromatic. And now we have our drum kit spread across the pads sent from our MIDI channel. So see, now I could play everything that I was just playing. So now we could go over, we could record. Let's record our clap in. And this is just putting a MIDI note there. All of the audio still lives in track 1 in our drum track, but now this allows you to make 200 tracks to that one drum track. You know, now let's clone. We clone that track. We go up, we name it. Let's name it Hats. Now, if you notice, because we cloned it, it's already got our MIDI send and everything done. So now we can come and let's just put a generic hi-hat loop there. You know, make sure sometimes when you're doing your hats, you could utilize, never forget that you could utilize the pad sensitivity. You could touch it light, then touch it harder, and it'll make the velocity go up without having to draw it. Let's clone that track again, duplicate it. Let's go up. Let's just name this kick. Make it real simple on you guys. Boom. Now it's still on our don't mute track. So now we could come back and we could play our kick. So now we have our same old workflow from 2.15 and 3.0. They're never going to bring back the program's operation in the way that we want it or used to, because this new way they have the tracks is something that they're pushing in MPC 3. Okay, so we work around it. That's the first thing that we do. So now we got our kick, we got our hi-hat, you know what I mean? If we want to clone it out and just keep going, we could keep cloning out and sending MIDI sends over. Now, let's create another track, though. You know, well, let's not. Let me show you how to load a sample for you guys who sample. Go find your sample. Don't create an audio track, so don't load it to an audio track. Let's just go pick a random sample from TrackLib. You know, I load that up. I'm going to find anyone, and I'm going to press load to pool. See it? So now it doesn't assign it to a pad. We have all our drums. Now let's go to our sample editor. Let's press chop, regions. Let's just select the number of regions, see how long it plays, you know, see if we like the length. You know, that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and convert that. So I'm going to hold shift, convert, create new drum track, right? So now we have that. Let's long press and name it, do our housekeeping. So I'm going to name that sample so I can find it. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the drum tracks, right? So now we're going to create a new track, create a MIDI track, go long press, name it Chops. And now we're going to go to our MIDI send and send it over to sample. You know what I mean? When we go check our pad perform, it's still in chromatic from the last time that we had it, right? So we got all our chops now. So for you guys who utilize multiple chops or multiple tracks for your chops, now here you go. So instead of recording that on my actual sample track, I'm going to do it with the MIDI sends. So now this will give me the ability to make multiple tracks utilizing my one sample track. You get what I'm saying? And now I could just mute, say, track 6 with the chops and switch to track 7 if I have a different part. You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go to our mute screen, right? I know they added some other stuff for the mute screen, and if you do this and if you do that, but I'm showing you the one track method, the one sequence method. So now let's go to our mutes. You can see I have a don't mute, I have a sample. I'm not going to mess with those. I'm going to mess with my clap, my hats, my kick, and my chops. You get it? So see, now I can mute my hi-hats independently, I can mute my clap independently, I can mute the kick independently, I could mute that lane of chops, and that will work across the board. So now what I want to do is, first, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out everything I have in the description. Make sure you check out the other videos. This video, we get straight to the work. I'm in between a lot of different sessions and recording an album. You know, we got to get to it. So look, now we double it out. Double. So now I've doubled out my one sequence. Instead of just hitting record, now I go to the top. I hit my automation record right there. Boom. Now, when I press play, I can record this all in. This video stems from, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I don't really post that much music stuff, you know, but I'm definitely active in the comments. And so a lot of guys see my comment on the Kai Pro page under a specific video talking about tracks, and I was vocal about I really like the drum programs the way they worked in 2.15, but from the way that the post was worded, I could tell that we're not going to get those back. You get what I mean? So the only way to move forward is to move forward with your own method or workflow. Now, some people do pad mutes. That's okay. I like to do this method. This is the method that I've worked with. This is a method that a lot of us have worked with, and it's still possible. You know what I mean? So now we got this going. It's about 32 bars, right? We're going to finish up our automation here. And I know you're saying, well, O.T.G, if I have everything in those MIDI send tracks, how do I go in and fix everything if I want to fix the audio or if I want to do something? It's pretty simple, bro. So now you see we got our automation in there. You know, we got 32 bars of one loop, one long loop, one sequence. If I had 16 different parts, it would sound long. You would be able to mute all of those, but we just got the 4. Now that we verified that plays, let's go back to our drum. Now you just hit the pad. Now you go to your track edit. Now let's go to our drum effects. Sorry, my phone's on there. You can see it on the screen. I was just in a hurry, bro, and I promised I would make this video. So now, if you notice or listening, I'm changing the bass. I'm operating the drum effects, and it's still working. Why? Because all of our audio lives in the drum track. We just sent the MIDI notes to send over there. So we could still operate the sounds. I'm adding a low pass filter. You know what I mean? Here's the snare. Let's turn that snare up some. If I wanted to add reverb, everything acts the same and operates the same. We don't lose any operation. You just aren't putting any of your effects on the MIDI tracks. You're doing it all on still from the drum track. You're just placing the actual MIDI notes there. So see, let's go add a reverb. You know what I mean? Just add a basic reverb. Go in. Let's get the mix right. Do that. Hopefully you can see the value in this, and this provides some value for all you MPC 3 Beta 2 users out there who have upgraded and you have a workflow and you want to try to implement that workflow and you don't really know where to get started. This is the way to track out your beats in real time while using MIDI synths. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Follow me on all social media, 365 O.T.G. And if you have any questions or want me to show you something, just drop it in the comments. If I see it, I'll definitely try to make a video to help you out. And there you go, guys. MIDI synths and MPC 3 Beta 2 to track out your beats in real time. It's O.T.G.